everybody out there in YouTube land. Thanks for stopping by and checking out my channel, Pete Snakebite Kid again. If this is your first time, let me give you a quick thumbnail sketch of what this channel is about. What it's about is the journey of building an AC Cobra replica. My journey, maybe your journey too. Maybe you're embarking on something like that and you're kind of curious what other people are doing and whatnot. So that's the kind of stuff we're going to cover in this. I've got a bunch of these videos out that you can go back and look at that'll kind of talk about the why and why nots and how I'm doing these things and what I'm doing, which you might find interesting. So anyway, that's kind of what it's about. Looks like I'm about 28 days to delivery of my kit is coming from Hurricane Motorsports in Iowa. Really excited to get that. Had a little bit of a delay on this. They had some just delays internally in the shop, slowing some things down. And I think we lost about 2 weeks on it, which isn't really that big a deal. They also, the guy who manages the build shop for Hurricane, Alex, I talked to him the other day and he's got COVID. So I was really sorry to hear that. And of course I wish him a speedy recovery so he can get back on his feet. That's always scary when somebody gets hooked up with something like that. So anyway, that's the channel, what we're talking about. What I want to talk about today is where do you go if you think you want to buy a complete car? You know, a used one on the used market. Well, here's the answer. It's Cobra Country. I mean, you could look on DuPont Registry. You could look at, some other sites, Auto Trader. They're in there sometimes and whatnot. But these guys have been around since mid-90s, I think 95, 96, if I remember correctly. And they really do a good job. I was able to meet over the phone, COVID, right? Kurt, the guy who runs this website, great guy. He's been around a long time, really understands the automotive business, understands the Cobra market, understands photography very well, and automotive journalism. So he's got a lot to offer on this. If you go on the site, you'll see it's divided into 3 pieces. It's got cars for sale that are Cobras. It's got cars for sale that are GT40s, and then it's got Daytona Coupes. So it's divided up that way. Of course, the majority of them are Cobras. There's a whole lot more of those out there on the market than there are the GT40s or there are the Daytona Coupes. I would say 10 to 1 or more. But another thing he does well is he helps the potential sellers on writing the ads, and he helps potential sellers with how to do the best photography. So you can get somebody who may not want to travel to see your car, but really see, hey, this is the one I want. The photography on it is done really well, and he's got tips on that, and he even had an article on there showing some photos like I would do if I was just taking pictures of my car to sell with my iPhone, and then, send it out there. And then he shows the difference between that using a higher quality camera and using some setups and backdrops and so on to really make a difference. So he does some really good stuff for his clients that way. The other thing is he's got some this day in history on a bunch of cool U.S. history stuff, which I'm kind of a nerd for that stuff too. So it was really neat to be able to watch those things and see them over the years I've been watching this. I mean, I guarantee you, I've looked at that thing hundreds of times, and it's kind of nice to, see what the market is out there. What are certain manufacturers' kits selling for? Are they getting more for cars when they've got IRS or it's got a Ford FE engine versus, a Chevy LS or something like that, and so on. So that's been really interesting to see. I think he does a good job of getting people on there to have it at market price or about. He obviously understands the market very well and told me that a lot of the selling prices are very close to the asking prices. It's because he knows what he's doing, as a good realtor would. When we go to sell our houses, we always have this big number we think it's going to sell for, and the real estate agent brings us back down to reality and said, do you want to sell it? Or do you want to advertise it, right? So I think he does a good job of that. But a wonderful site, tons of information on there. He's got a lot of articles about the Cobra industry over the years, some stuff he's written, and some other things that I found very interesting. So if you're looking to buy one, sell one, or just look at cool Cobra stuff, it's cobracountry.com. I think you really enjoy that. I hope you're enjoying this site. What I'm going to do on my next video is I'm going to talk about all the different variations of AC Cobras. As you know, the one I'm building, it's looks like an SC AC 427 Cobra, semi-competition with like the big block car with the side pipe, but there's other ones. There's slab sides and FIA cars. I want to talk a little bit about that, and I'm going to have some pictures of what different manufacturers are offering on that. So that should be on our next video. Anyway. I hope you like that little view of CobraCountry.com. Yeah, if you're looking to buy a used car, that's where you go and you find it. And so if that's the way you're going, I hope you find it. If you're building a kit, hey, we got lots to talk about here. So hopefully you'll come back by and visit this and follow me on this journey of putting mine together. It ought to turn out pretty sweet. Really looking forward to it. Any way you go, I'm glad you're interested in Cobras. Glad you came by the site. Hey, push the subscribe sign. I think everybody knows how that works. And we'll see you next time.